What I'm showing you now are some headless seedlings. See that headless seedling? These are signs that we are not alone in the garden. Hey, cook. There's my next door neighbor. She's up in... Oh, look at you. Look at the little doggy. Oh, you so sweet. You so sweet. You so sweet. Okay, little doggy interlude. Hey, Cookie. How are you? There we go, little sweetie. How apropos for we are not alone in the garden. We have to be good neighbors to everybody. But anyway, lots of seedling catalogs tell you how to identify how many seeds you need to put in the ground. I say more is better because I don't have to thin mine. Mine are eaten in large quantities by the little critters that frequent my garden in the middle of the night. Now, as you can see, I still have plenty of food to grow out, and many of these will make it to the stage where I will get to eat them along with the critters. But if I had just planted 3 or 4 at a time, I wouldn't have anything left. Consider that when you're planting. Consider that there are critters in this world, and if you plant just enough for them, there will be none for you. Here you can see a bite out of a plant. Evidently, either this critter was kind of small or it just wasn't that enamored by that. Another bite on this bean plant. Now guys, beans grow so fast that you will always have enough bean leaves to share. Bean leaves are delicious and they are edible, but at this point I am allowing the critters to enjoy the leaves while the plants grow nice and tall. I will get plenty of bean leaves when they are big and strong. The neighborhood caterpillars are munching on my parsley. You see that here? I enjoy having wildlife in my garden, and I always grow enough. So, okay, the parsley's going, but I have beautiful butterflies pollinating my squash. Other people are having to hand pollinate. Right now I'm quite ill. I can't do a whole lot of bending, stooping, reaching, and stuff like that. So I'm depending on the butterflies that are growing from the caterpillars that are eating this parsley to pollinate my garden. Fruit flies are pollinating the garden. The native bees are out. I had another video where I was on the bittermilk and the native bees were out pollinating that. And yeah, I have holes in my plants. This plant is completely edible in spite of that, but I have so many parsley plants. Here's one that hasn't been eaten yet. And parsley will grow thick and lush in this spot. There is no chance of me not having enough parsley. Tomatoes dropped here, and I had a bunch of tomato seedlings. As you can see, critters come through and they eat the tomato seedlings. That's God's way of thinning. I don't have to do any thinning. The animals come through, they eat what they want, and they leave what's left. And that is what grows on to give me my food. It's a great system. This one tomato plant, or however many, managed to survive. This one's big enough where they won't eat it anymore. But this one tomato plant is plenty for my household. There are going to be many more coming out of here from seed, because that's the way a permaculture garden works. I don't have to spray. Here's some other bug that everybody trips over. This animal is not going to kill this plant. I've had nice healthy plants grow and live and flower their whole life without dying from whatever critter this is. So if you are new to gardening, it is a fool's plan to think you're going to go into the wildlife, which is the outdoors, and kill off things that you have not learned to live with. My garden space is quite successful because I plant enough so that everyone can enjoy the garden space. And it looks better like that, It's more fun, much more educational for the kids to see the insects in the garden. And, occasionally they might catch a caterpillar or whatever, and they're very entertained by it. If you go killing everything off because you didn't plant enough, plant a whole lot of food, guys. Plant tons of food. Don't you have a grocery store as your backup, but plant tons of food. Watch my videos. See what different things you can eat. You can eat pumpkin leaves. They're not the easiest, but they cook up. You chop them up and eat them. You can eat bitter melon leaves. You can eat bean leaves. Obviously, you can eat parsley and such like that. We are not alone in the garden. There are signs. There are signs in the garden of creatures lurking in the night. Ooh, ooh. What's that? Did you hear it? No. It's a creature in the garden. Here's another sign of critters. You can see holes all throughout my marigold patch now. This morning I woke up and you can see how my you can't see it, but my trellises are leaning over in different directions. There's all kind of holes in the garden space because creatures are looking for food. They have determined that this might be a source where they could find some more peanuts. Little peanut thieves. But that's not what this is about. We are not alone in the garden. Prepare for everybody. Have enough food for the animals. Don't run into our own animalistic fear and, acting like wild beasts ourselves, destroying creatures that we don't understand. Have enough for everybody. It's okay. You're not gonna starve. But plant 300 kale. Squash them into a small space. Do you see that? That is probably at least 100 beans. And several of them have been eaten or died off. There's an albino bean there, but there's food for everybody. And I have no fear that I won't get to harvest enough beans for some meals for the family from that. So this is my October video. We are not alone in the garden. There are creatures stalking in the night. They are here. You can see their footprints if you look closely. You can see their teeth marks upon the leaves of the trees. You can hear them calling out to you. Make room for everybody in the garden so that it is a great permaculture. It's sustainable and you don't have to buy a lot of poisons and place it on your hands in the landfills and in the garden to come back and destroy you at a later point. These animals mean health for you. Your food means abundance for them. Have a wonderful Halloween season. Talk to you later.